3 weeks later.
In this talk, she said her aspirations are to win the games.
Oh, no.
She was one of the best to do it.
By the way, when I say this stuff, people are going to get all messed up and say Hiller hates Sigmund's daughter. I'm like, no, I love Sigmund's daughter. She's probably my top 3 favorite women CrossFitters.
Yeah.
But she's got no chance to win the games.
Yo, Sara Sigmund's daughter. Done. Never got a shot again. She's never going to make the game. She's never going to finish on the podium. You think she's going to win the games?
Is that what you think? You think?
Are you out of your mind? Pie in the sky. Oh my God, this is so cool. I really wish this would happen. But sometimes you need a good dose of reality. And I've been trying to talk about this for, 2-3 weeks now.
How many people do you think are going to tune in tomorrow for Sara Sigmund's daughter show? I bet you there's 500.
I bet so too. It's going to be big. Well, because it's semifinal season. It'll be bigger than you think.
I think she's going to make it to the semifinals. You know, I watched an interview with her today. I think she's going to make it to the games. She in this talk, she said her aspirations are to win the games.
Oh, no.
So don't try to say that I'm just trying to kick a dog when it's down, because I've been kicking the dog for weeks. Why? Why, Andrew? Why are you making this video? I'll tell you why.
Just a little push.
It's amazing to me that some people really thought that she had a chance to do all that well. But I think that once I break it down a little bit and talk about some things that you probably already know anyway, put it into perspective, you'll go, oh, I get it. And maybe she'll watch this video and she'll have to make a decision about what she wants to do with the rest of her life. I'm going to give some random psychological things that I don't really think even mean anything.
This is crazy. I don't know.
And then I'm also going to speak from a little bit of personal experience, because I know what it's like. I talked about it in a personal conversation with Sevan, but first I want to talk about the thing that many people might resonate with or understand, and that's Conor McGregor. You know that dude? Took the world by storm, made millions of dollars in the UFC. Everybody knew Conor McGregor. Once you look into it a little bit, I think that everybody found out that once he made some money, he was really no longer the person he used to be. He started to get his butt handed to him. And on the way up, he was just destroying everybody. He had something to prove. Did Sara Sigmund's daughter have something to prove? Only she will know. Did Sara Sigmund's daughter become cushy and live this lavish lifestyle where she doesn't have to fight for anything anymore? I guess only she will know. To me, it looks like she kind of secured some sort of a car company contract where she's getting some money from a Volkswagen, or I don't know. That's good for her. But is that something where she no longer needs to fight for that contract, so it's going to affect her performance? I don't know, but I am convinced that CrossFit is much more like a fight than some of us may think. You need to go into that fight either with nothing to lose, your entire life is on the line, or you're not going to come out the other side. And in the CrossFit world, you might not have a decent finish. You can still finish because these people are freaks, but it's like, Andrew, go run a mile. Okay, how fast? What's on the line? Is it $1 million? Is there a gun to my head at this 1 mile? If there's a gun to my head, I'll tell you what, I'll do everything I can to finish that thing under 5 minutes. Will I do it? I don't know. Is it scary? What's your best mile, Andrew? 5:15. When did you do that? Well, it was 20 pounds ago. There's all these questions that are circulating in your head as you go through this thing. Sara Sigmund's daughter's on the competition floor. She's been an extremely high-level CrossFit Games competitor. She knows what she's capable of. She's got a 5:15 mile in the bank. And then she's looking over there and she goes, in order for me to finish well in this workout, I got to run a 5-minute mile. There's 2 dogs. Here's a hungry dog, and here's a dog that's well fed. This dog hasn't eaten in a freaking month. This dog eats every day. There's some food right there. The dogs go up to the food, and this dog just attacks the crap out of it. Why? This dog needs it to survive. This dog could care less. Maybe this dog's got an Instagram profile and has to put on a face and say, oh, I am a cool dog. It's the life we live in, and it's nothing held against the people that are doing it, and I get it, but at a certain point in time, this dog has probably realized or needs to realize they are who they are. Conor McGregor done it? I don't know. Have these people ever thought about this? I don't know, but I have. I know Rich Froning has. Andrew, how do you know Rich Froning thought of this? Well, I listen to just about every single freaking podcast the dude puts out, and maybe you have too, and maybe you've heard the stuff such as, why don't you want to go back to the individual competition? And he says, I don't want to hurt. At least not like that, not anymore.
Softest birthday party on planet Earth.
He'll be working out with the young guns, the Haley Adams of the world, the DeChicos of the world, and you'll see them go to that dark place.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
And he knows what that's like. He's been there. He won the CrossFit Games 4 times consecutively, and then he went the team route. And I'm of the opinion that he was so fit on the team route that he didn't really have to experience that dark place very often.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it.
That option where you need to now understand and make the decision that I need to run this mile under 5 minutes for the team. maybe once, twice, a handful of times over the course of his 6 years that they were winning the CrossFit Games. And I'm also sure that in events like 2014, the 21-15-9 complex, you probably had to go right into that dark place. It's a decision you make to do the thing that you need to do to come out the other end in a position where that 5-minute or quicker mile will yield a score time and time again that will allow you to win the CrossFit Games, make the CrossFit Games. Everyone's waiting for Sigmundsdóttir to be the person that she used to be. That person would not be able to compete with this person. That person, year after year after year, if you were just to replicate it and stick that person in a time portal, a time traveling machine, and move them from here to here, finish worse and worse every year. So even if she was the best version of herself from then, she would be god awful in the CrossFit Games this year. I'd say that maybe she is the best version of herself this year, and if it's slightly better than when she was finishing the best she was in the games in 15 and 16, that isn't a version of Sarah Sigmundsdóttir that can make the games even. And we just saw that 19th place. Andrew, you said you were going to talk from personal experience. Yep. 2016, I made regionals as an individual. I was like gung-ho, ready to get them. I went to Wodapalooza that year, competed with Dylan Martin and Street Horner. You may know Street Horner. Dylan Martin actually is still competing, was on a team this year, and it was actually something that I really picked up watching Street work out, is he could immediately put his head into the freaking hole, put his head into the dark place, and you could see that in the coming years in his open performances. He was always at the top of the leaderboard. He had incredible workouts where I know what it looked like when he did that. It was just put your head in, work, and out the other end comes a magnificent score. And when I watched him doing that, I kind of also thought, oh, I do that sometimes too. And I remember this vividly, and maybe you remember some options that you've had in your head too. It's the choice you have to come out the other end in either a position where you're proud of it and you have a good score and you finish that mile under 5 minutes, or you saw that option and you just turned away from it. You shied away from it. 16.1, there was a workout with the bar facing burpees, the chest to bar pull-ups, and the overhead walking lunges. I believe there was about a minute and a half left, and you're walking with that bar overhead and you're thinking, what am I going to do with the remainder of this workout? I can continue going at this cadence and maybe even try to elevate the pace a little bit because it's almost done, or I can back off because it hurts really bad. The best of the best lean into it. They try to make it hurt even worse every single time. And when you do that every single time, you end up becoming fitter and fitter and fitter. The issue with injuries and the issue with the Conor McGregor lifestyle, where now you have nothing to prove, and maybe the issues with someone like Rich Froning, where he is so fit where he doesn't have to go there all that often anymore. And the reason that somebody like Matt Fraser's never going to come back and do it ever again is because the longer you remove yourself from that, the scarier it gets. As I just said, Andrew, go run that mile, gun to your head. I'm going to die. It's not going to happen. I can't do that under 5 minutes. My best ever. I was a $1.85 when I ran that 5:15 mile. And I bet that Sarah Sigmundsdóttir is going through some very similar thoughts as she's going into this competition. She knows what she's got to do. She knows what she's been capable of doing. And it's been so long since she's touched on that stuff that it's going to hurt. And how bad is it going to hurt? And even if she is willing to get into that hurt, will it yield the results? Will it be worth it at the end? It's going to be an extremely vulnerable moment for her. Eyes of the world on her. Sarah Sigmundsdóttir's back. What's she going to do? I actually just experienced one at the ranch. I went over there with Sevan. We were looking at some video camera stuff, and Dave's there, and I guess they have drop-ins. And at 1 o'clock, he had somebody come on in for one of these drop-ins, and Dave goes, hey, you want to do this workout? And of course, I took it as another challenge.
There's only one spot open right now, so we're gonna have tryouts.
And I'm like, sure, what is it? He goes, we're gonna go up and down this hill 4 times. And at some point, Dave goes,
so fight to get this hill run unbroken. Don't stop. Keep running. You can do it. It's gonna be tough though.
Nobody really ever goes up all 4 of these hill runs without walking. And I go, I know this is another one of those challenges. And I
also think Hiller's pants are coming off after this round.
I was on the top of the second hill run, and I tried everything that I could do to keep my feet shuffling. But when it came to that third hill run, I knew that there was a choice to be made. I can try to keep running, because there's that gear, right? There's an option. There's a choice right there. At the back end of that choice, what is the reasoning for myself to do that? What is the reward for myself to do that? What position am I in life right now? What is my stupid animal brain telling me? My stupid animal brain told me to walk that thing, because you gotta be able to make your way through the rest of that day. So I just freaking scooted my butt up the hill for the remainder of those 2 rounds. Rounds 1, ran. Round 2, it was like a half a run, where I was still moving at a pretty good cadence. Round 3 and round 4.
There go the pants. All done.
What the fuck's going on there? I knew those pants were coming off.
It's a total stall tactic.
I was walking all the way up and down that hill. I tried to do it quick, and I could feel that I was still working really hard. And now I have to live the rest of my life thinking, what would have happened on that third run, that fourth run, if I had just run up that freaking hill? I was able to keep the wall balls unbroken because I knew if I walked, I could do 25 wall balls unbroken. The workout was 4 rounds of 25 wall balls and run up and down the hill. And actually, sorry, it was the run first and then the wall balls. And I wanted to keep the wall balls unbroken, and you're always making these deals with yourself. I'm going to walk up and down the hill in the third and fourth rounds to keep the wall balls unbroken. And in the competitive space, you gotta do both. People can do both. People are making the decisions on their end to do both. They've trained every single day so that when that decision comes up, maybe it's an easier decision. And I'm of the opinion that Sarah, day after day after day, is likely missing out on those choices to make those decisions to come out the other end in a position where I think Laura is in a froning team position where Laura will sit there and she'll go, okay, I'm going to make this decision easy because I train so hard and I'm so fit that I don't even have to do all that much here to come out on top like a dominant force.
It doesn't matter!
I think that was the case with Frazier for a long time. He was so good that he didn't have to put himself into a hole in competition because he knew what the hole was like so well from training. It's something that in 2017, I got mono. It was right after that competition with Street Horner and Dylan Martin at Wodapalooza, or I saw what the dark space looked like with those two fit people. And really in particular was Street. He was like, he had this crazy dark space that he could go to, and he was just fit and never stopping. When I got mono and tried to come back from having had mono, I felt like I lost it. There was no more gear there. Even if I wanted to, it started to like really ramp up and it was weird. It's like a car when you're going 80, everything's shaky and you don't know what's going to happen.
Just a little push.
Like, is this wheel going to pop off? I don't know. And then you just back off a little bit. And what ended up happening? I went team 2017 and 2018, and that was a good decision for myself at that point in time. I had to start trying to rewire my brain to get back into the individual space of things, but it was never really the same after having lost that gear. And I think that Sigmund's daughter has lost that gear. I think potentially she should just go team. I'm always of the headspace that I can be wrong. There's an option where she does come back and she's gonna look at this and go, screw you. And I actually think in one of the videos I said,
and she shouldn't just listen to this because it might get in her head. Maybe she'll listen to this and it'll make her win the games. This is what she needs, but she can't make it out of a competition in one piece.
I hope she sees what I have to say, or that people in the world are thinking, not me, because who cares what I think, but some people need the haters, they need the doubt, and then they can come back from that doubt. Like, what do you mean I can't hurt? I can hurt. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. And then she hurts every day for a year. Hurts, you know, like a 10-minute max assault bike, kind of hurt. I'm gonna go do double Karen unbroken, kind of hurt. I'm gonna run up and down all 4 hills every single day at the ranch, kind of hurt. And I'm never gonna stop moving because
that's how winning is done.
By the time I finish that up, I want to know that I had absolutely nothing left.
Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth.
I went through 4 gears on that hill. I had a 5th gear, and I was terrified that I wouldn't be able to freaking operate for the next hour, and I wasn't wanting to do that. When's the last time I did that? Give me a minute. I'll think. When's the last time I put myself in that position? Oddly enough, I know that I did it in 2017 Wodapalooza with Dylan and Street. There was a workout that started off with some sort of a Fran variant, like a 21-15-9 thruster at 135 and chest to bar pull up with an assault bike buyout of 45 calories. And I remember I threw up, and I remember I went there. Sometimes doing things on the team makes it even easier to go there, because if you're not going to do it for yourself, you'll do it for them. Oh, crazy enough, the year that I got mono, the workout that I kind of really lost my crap on was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, dumbbell snatch and burpee box jump over workout, all the 15s. I couldn't get there because I was sick at the time and I couldn't freaking function any longer. And then that workout came up again in 2021. That was the year I had my best finish in the open. That was the last time that I went there. I had to make the choice, get over the hurdle. And other than that, I can't really remember. But it's weird how I remember the instances from 16 and 17 and then the reoccurring 17.1 workout that would happen in 2021. And what my question is to any of you guys right now is, do you know exactly what I'm talking about? Everybody has their own version of a 5th gear. And in my present day training, I say, you got to make a choice. How hard do you want this to be? Where is your heart? How hard is your heart? Where do you feel like pushing? It's the only way that I think that you ever really truly express your physical potential is find a spot in a workout and say, this is going to be my goal today. Every single day, maybe you go up and down the hill 4 times and you walk the thing every single time and you go, on the 4th round today, I'm not going to stop jogging up this hill. I always do my toes to bar in sets of 5. Maybe today, on that final set, I'm going to try, instead of doing 2 sets of 5, I'm going to go for 1 set of 10. Give yourself these little micro goals so that you can think about it later and you build upon those things. I'm curious to see if Sarah Sigmundsdottir starts building, or maybe she should go team like I did. Andrew Hiller, out.
Please smash that like button, no one touches it.